Hey guys, guess what?
We're
building a house! So make sure you follow along. It's about to get started here. Let's get to it. It's gonna be fun. Let's go. Hello there.
Hi guys.
Welcome to our future residence.
Yeah.
Soon to be. As you can see, progress is happening. I just wanted to take a minute just to kind of talk about this house and hopefully answer some questions that you guys might have before you ask them. 'Cause I know they're coming.
Yeah.
And kind of give you an idea of what we're doing, what we've planned, and just sort of the future of our new home on the farm. Forever home. Some people say they don't like the word forever home. I don't know.
Yeah. It's forever.
It should be, hopefully. I guess if it's not, then we're doing okay, because maybe we build another one. But or if it burns down, we build another one.
No. Anyways, we're really excited to be building a house. We've been dreaming of this since, I don't know, as soon as we got married, basically. That was like the plan all along. We're currently living in a double wide, and so the plan was someday we'll build. So 4 kids later, 9 years later, the time has finally come, and we are so excited.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
The homes that we had on the farm were just considered temporary homes. We didn't even pour a foundation under them. They're just sitting on blocks with a skirting. We have a couple mice every so often, and we have to take out of the traps. It's just the house settles. One day the door opens and closes. The next day it's stuck because the house has shifted.
Yeah.
They've been great homes for us. As Leg Arms, you guys have seen us build a house. He had the same situation too. They've been great homes, but we've outgrown them.
So when we were designing it, we were really keeping that in mind. We wanted it to be good for all stages of life. So right now we have really little kids, 4 kids 6 and under. And so we want to, be thinking of that. And then also, obviously, someday they're going to be out of the house. And then someday we're going to be old, hopefully. Lord willing. So,
I want to be old. So this house. So we picked this site based on 3 or 4 things.
Yeah.
One and foremost is utilities, closest to power, water, and gas.
Yeah.
We had to go a little ways with power. You guys saw us rip the gas in. The water line, fortunately, there was one put in a couple years ago, a big line that feeds a couple cities up north of us. So they were going to get a tap on that. So that's checked. The next thing we wanted to view, we wanted to be up high. Back in the day, they built everything low, out of the wind, because they were just trying to survive, because there wasn't such thing as R factor in homes. Literally, snow was on your bed when you woke up in the morning. No joke. My great-grandpa grew up that way. So they put stuff down low to stay out of the weather. Well, now that we have technology and improvements in home building, we can put them up high where the wind and the cold is and still be warm. So we picked a hill so we could do a daylight basement, which is why there's no wall over there. And so we're gonna have a nice walkout basement, daylight basement, whatever you wanna call it. I've always wanted one of those, so the main floor upstairs we'll be able to walk out to grade where the cars park and the garage and everything, and then down below we'll have a yard out this way. So that was the big thing. The other thing we had to figure out was what direction is the wind going. So we got to turn the house to make sure that we block some of the wind, because the wind always goes from the west, almost always, and northwest. And then we wanted a view, and just to our left over here is the Sweetgrass Hills. And then to our right over here is the Rocky Mountains. So we wanted the house to square up with the Sweetgrass Hills and then have some visibility towards the Rocky Mountains out that side too. And we can see the storms coming. So with all that said, I think we kind of found the happy medium of where it needs to be. So with the house, obviously we wanted bigger than what we were in. That was our dream. But we're also not just, gonna build, the biggest house in Montana. And so we've got to pick and choose where we're gonna put the money. And so we were trying to make it's like a box, because the most efficient thing you can do is make a box. It'll have some characteristics, but we're trying to put our money into R value, efficiency, things that'll last, good grade materials, but also maybe not quite so flashy on the outside to save some money to be able to put that on the inside stuff. So it really is like a box, but it'll have some nice characteristics to it that we think will make it look nice. We're still trying to figure out the color. So that's that. As far as bedrooms go, we wanted rooms, for all of our kids and guests, big living spaces. We like to have people over. We like to have group or parties, lots of parties, party, but no, we don't have that many parties. but maybe we'll have some get-togethers. When our kids get to be teenagers, we hope to have their friends over, so we have large living spaces, so they'll be inside. So that was kind of the idea, was we want large areas for people to move and flow with.
Yeah.
Definitely we wanted a garage. We're
An attached garage is one of the things that we are really, really probably like top 3 things that we're looking forward to about this house, because it's just so cool. We've got 4 little kids right now. We come home with groceries. It's an hour and a half to go to like a city. So you come home, you got all this stuff you got to carry in. Each kid, they're all sleeping, and it's so cold.
Wind's blowing, -20.
It's just awful. So we are really excited about that.
As many of you know, the farm has been suffering the last couple of years. We've had pretty financially hard times with 4 years of drought, 3 years of heavy hail during that drought. So I did want to make a point, because it has been asked, how are you building houses? How's Legarm building a house when the farm is not doing very good? Well, it's because of you guys, honestly. We have to thank you guys. This is how it's happening. It's not the farm. I could probably be better off being a manager in a McDonald's than working on this farm. The amount of hours I put in on this farm is less than minimum wage for what I get at this point in time. Now, that's not always the case, but the farm, we're trying to have take care of itself. And the social media, all of that, has been something that's been a huge blessing in our personal lives, and that's what we're living off, honestly. That's what's allowed stuff like this to happen. This would not be happening for the farm. Now,
and we have been planning and dreaming and saving for like 9 years. So we've been really building up to this and taking it very seriously. And but yes, we're so appreciative for social media and all the different doors that it's opened for us.
It's been a huge opportunity. So that's really made a dream come true. Yeah, well, just wanted to also show you guys too, just some images of what we kind of were thinking when the house was initially being put out. We didn't have a house plan for this house that was just like, there it is, we're doing this one. We had like 5 or 6 house plans that we just kind of gave a planner, a house designer, and said, hey, can you make something out of this? And then come back with something. Okay, let's change this, change this, get rid of that, get rid of this, add that. So it's made a bunch of revisions, and we've even done literally right before they poured the concrete footings, we bumped out a wall 2 feet. I mean, like, it's been, so it's like fluid. But and then just, I want you to watch this too, this 3D rendering of what it possibly will look like when it's done. So yeah, a lot going on. And it's one thing to see it on paper and on a computer screen, but then when you start actually seeing it in person, you start second guessing yourself on everything.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's gonna be awesome. We're excited, and we can't wait to make this our home. So I hope you guys enjoy this process.
Come follow along, and you'll get to see the whole process.
Like, heart, and subscribe. Except for you can't heart on YouTube. Like and subscribe, please. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
All right, thanks guys.
Thank you.
We'll get to it. We got work to do.
Lots more to come.
You got work to do. A lot of work watching. Get the popcorn ready.
Watch us work hard.
All right, I'll see you guys soon. It's gonna happen fast. But none of this has happened yet because you guys are about to start at the beginning. So forget that you watched all this, but remember it. That makes sense. Okay, it's gonna start in a second, and then we'll get up to this point. All right, keep watching. All right, welcome back. I'm heading to the job site, my future house site, I should say. And currently, my concrete contractor is there with his guys, and they just started forming for the footings. So this is the beginning. This is the official, real beginning. I know we dug a hole and ran some utilities in, but the actual house starts today. So we're pretty excited about that. So I'm gonna go give a hand as needed, see where I can lend, and then in the mornings I go spray out some chemical, and then in the afternoons I'll work on the house. So let's see how fast we get this foundation put together. These guys are good. I'm excited to do it. It'll be very similar to Legarm's house as far as it'll use radiant floors, ICF walls, but the layout's gonna be a little different. Mine's gonna be a daylight basement, walkout basement. So it won't just be a giant pit in the ground. It'll be a little easier to get in and out of, but either way, it's gonna be exciting. I just can't believe this is happening. One time, build a house one time. That's the goal. All right, let's get to it. The road I made is doing pretty good. It could use some gravel though. Hopefully this week, I've got a gravel guy lined up. I always see a guy, gravel company, and they're gonna start laying down some gravel on here. It's gonna be an expensive build, but it's gotta get done. Otherwise it's gonna be a muddy mess in the foreseeable future when it rains. But 4,000 feet of it, so we'll put some gravel down, make this a nice road. I've got it graded right where I want it. But my pad up here, all the landing and everything, I'm gonna continue to work on that because I got a lot of dirt still to excavate out of the pit. So we'll see what happens. Got some things going on. Truck, loader, and a big chunk of concrete. This is my new cistern. For the house build, that is taking forever to get started, but we're getting there. Went ahead and picked this up the other day, 1,500 gallons, so this will be pretty permanent on the farm. I don't need a lot of cistern space because I'll have a water line not far from the house, but it doesn't have enough pressure to run the house. This is more or less just a storage tank for then the cistern pump to pump up to build the pressure to run the house. But it'll be a good fail-safe too, 1,500 gallons in case some reason that line gets shut off or something breaks and doesn't work for a few months. You can keep putting water in this the water truck. So, but we gotta get this thing off this trailer at 14,000 pounds. It's heavy. There's only one thing we have on this farm that can lift 14,000 pounds. That's the 844 with the 83 Cummins in it. But the problem with this is, well, it's leaking a bunch of oil again. I know, there's a spot right there. I'm gonna look at that in a second. But something underneath the hydraulic tank, and the only way to really get to it is to tilt the cab back. And to do that, we don't have the right tools, because, well, who does? So we're gonna use the boom crane, the digger derrick, to lift the cab and tilt it to the side. Then we have a brace we put in that locks the cab so it doesn't fall on us. And then we'll do some investigating. Get this fixed so then we get the tank off, put it on the ground, and then continue the process of getting my house erected. Cool, let's go. All right, here we go. Now, how far are we gonna go before it tilts all the way over? Hang on a second, stop. We gotta take the railing off. Oh, crud. You're fine. No, you're fine, you're fine. Okay, round two. There were some lines we didn't disconnect. We did now, so we're good. Ready? Yep, let's try it again. Hang on 1 second. I don't know what that is. I think it's just the pins twisting over there. I think it's just those pins, they're rotating on the pins. Keep going. Okay, hold up. I mean, that right there is probably enough. I can go a little bit more. It's just about to hit the railing over there. I can see it. Okay, go ahead. Since we only titless cab every, like, I don't know, 5 years. Not quite that, but we lost our piece we had made here. So Leg Arms is working up a new piece, square tubing, that'll bolt into here, and that way this cab won't fall down on us if we climb underneath. But the oil leak is somewhere right there. And there's not much room to get to it other than this. So we don't fully know 100% yet what it is, but I'm not climbing under there until this is braced. Well, many hours later, we've got the radiator very washed and clean. So I think we're done. Let's lower down. Looks like everything's out of the way. Keep going. What? Keep going. Okay, it must be caught on something. It needs to keep going down. Okay, go ahead. There we go. Okay, I think it went down that time. Right there. Well, moment of truth. Let's see if she'll start and if oil goes everywhere. Nothing. There we go. There we go. Okay, go ahead and drive away. Whatever you want. It wasn't me. Think about what you did. See this? It's on our seat. I'm sitting in it. Was that funny? Do you think that was funny? Practical joke? Yeah, I don't think so. Pretty bird, pretty bird. Petey want a cracker? Petey want a cracker? Pretty bird. Well, while the guys are hammering out that foundation, we're right over there. I'm on this side, and I'm digging a big old hole. First used the loader, now I got the backhoe, and I'm gonna be putting that cistern right here, because right there is my water line that comes from a big water line out in the field out there, which hasn't been tapped yet. So I gotta dig out a big square here for that to fit here, and then I gotta dig out another area to put the meter, which will be in another framed in area I'm gonna pour next to that. And then I got a bunch of hoses to hook up. So I got some digging ahead of me. Let's run this old backhoe and get this done. And then I got a trench from here across that to the foundation over there to get the water line there. A lot of that there, so that makes sense. And then tomorrow morning, I got the electric company coming to finish hooking up my meter to the transformer, so that way I can have power on site. And then from there, I got to run power underground from the meter across over here to the house side over there. And then there's a gas line right over here that I already trenched in and goes all the way over and in. And we decided it's a bad place for it because it's gonna be underneath a bunch of concrete. You don't want to put a gas line under a bunch of concrete in case it ever leaks. So I'm gonna dig down here, tap into that, run that around, and that's gonna come over here and go into the house over there too in a lot safer direction, and then it'll pop up to the regulator, then go into the house. Does that make sense? A lot of digging, so yeah, I greased the backhoe good. So let's get to work. I'm gonna have a lot of lines right next together. Water, gas, electricity. I'll try to keep them a couple feet apart. I know there's code to some of that, so I'll do my best. And then I'm gonna also try to put down tape, like tape above the water line, and then tape above the gas line, and then tape above the electrical, so that way if you ever are digging, you'll be like, oh, I hit this red tape, that means this, or blue tape means water, or, you know, got it? I just don't have the tape yet, so I gotta get that. All right, digging. Ah, windy, but I'm making progress. So there's my water line. We ripped in like, what is it, 2-3 years ago from way over there. Comes right here. I almost snagged it, but fortunately I didn't. Got close. I'll keep digging out behind that a little bit to get it down below that frost layer. That's probably the depth I want to get, so I got to continue to excavate out all that. Then figure out the orientation for the septic tank, or the cistern, how I want to put it in here. And then when I get that figured out, I got to figure out where am I going to bring the loader in to lift it up to drop it in. We'll get to that. Then I got to dig across here, like I said. Ooh. Leg arms. Dig across here and take a look at this once I get out of the wind. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Future Welker residence. Front door right here, mechanical room right here, gym right there, downstairs living space. That's going to be the underside of the sunroom, which will be like yard storage, wheelbarrows, who knows what else will be in there. Bedrooms back here, bathroom. This is the downstairs, and the upstairs will be even better. So he's got holes dug for the footings in the front. We got a bump out that we just added for the front living room. It's a 2-foot bump out. Has just decided we wanted a little bit more space in our front living room, just for couches and stuff to fit well. He got one chance to do it, so he decided, well, we'll do it. So yeah, they made good progress, and from what he said, tomorrow afternoon, the pump truck's coming. They're gonna start pumping mud in all these forms. It's gonna happen fast. So yeah, good job, guys. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a hole. They've got it pretty level at the bottom, ready for some concrete to be laid in there. So now he's got to figure out how do we grab that with that and drop it in here and shove it forward. we'll figure it out. That's what we always do. Got a little carried away with the backhoe yesterday, and before I checked my grade, I was down 3 feet deeper than I should have been for the cistern. Whoops. So I backfilled a bunch, but it's powder, so I brought the water truck in and I'm just soaking it with water, and then we'll let it sit for a day or two, settle, and then put the cistern in. But yeah, should have brought the transit out sooner. It's okay. It's okay. It's just water. It's nice to see water on the ground for once. A little bit refreshing. Kobe, you're a cab dog now, huh?
Yeah, he just assumed that he's just like the rest of us.
Well, we're waiting on a pump truck for the footings. He'll be here really soon, and they're gonna get those footings slammed together. It didn't take them long to get them formed up, so get the footings poured, and then I've got a gravel truck that's just cresting the corner over here. He's gonna start laying gravel on this very dusty road of mine, so we can get that dust tied down, and then when it does actually rain, I won't have a soupy mess of mud to get in and out of this place. So let's get this guy figured out. He's gonna dump this gravel. I'll get the grader and knock the gravel down, get it out, so that way there'll be a flat spot for that pump truck to drive in here. Because it's all gonna happen at once. He's getting the pump truck loaded out here. Big old outriggers. Do you call these outriggers? I guess those are called outriggers. They're kind of like swing riggers, swing outriggers. Here's the pump, and then of course the crane, and that'll go over the top of this right here. Make life a little easier for the mud guys. All right, he's priming them full of mud. and they're gonna start pouring here. Let's get this on. I still just am fascinated by that pump truck. Thing is crazy. First truck's down. Next one's on the way. That's about 9 or 10 yards, and it did about a third, a quarter, fifth of the footings. So we're gonna got a couple more trucks lined up to come. I think there's like 28 yards or something like that to do the footings. Levi, wait, you see the truck? Where?
Right there.
What is it? What kind of truck is it?
White.
It's a white truck? What's it doing? Is it hauling cement?
Mint.
Concrete?
Concrete.
Concrete, yes, concrete. Where's it gonna go? It's gonna go in there? Well, that's pretty cool. Hi guys. What are we doing? Oh, we looking at that? Whoa, what is it? What is it?
It's the concrete.
Concrete, yes. Do we like the concrete truck?
Yes.
Why do we like the concrete truck?
Because it pours cement.
Yeah, concrete, yes. Yeah. Yeah, we put cement in there and aggregate and it becomes concrete.
Yes.
Yes.
Not
No, Jimmy's right there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? And grab that one. Hey, we're still on. Good deal. Cool. Turn that off. Like that, we're done. All right. Next up, we got a backfill when they pull the forms off, the footings. Backfill with a bunch of dirt, then a bunch of gravel. And then I think we're gonna start stacking some ICF blocks, which is the walls. Cool.